Hey, what's up, everybody? This is a good one. I'm so pumped to share this with you today because what you're about to see is an 8-figure moment that was caught live on camera, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you're so close to an idea and you just need this little thing of clarity that pushes you over the edge. I run an incubator for entrepreneurs. I help new entrepreneurs build their vision and launch profitably. It's something called the Capitalism Incubator. And we have a student in there, his name is Paolo, and Paolo's been working on an idea that he's really excited about, but he was having trouble finding the hook. Like, what is the thing that makes this different? What's the problem that I solve in the world? Now, this is so common among new entrepreneurs because they see all this stuff happening in the marketplace and they're like, everybody's already selling everything. If I come in and sell more coffee or more sweatshirts or more watches or whatever, what's gonna make mine different? But I'm not drinking coffee. I'm drinking a nootropic chocolate drink. Interesting. This is not just a sweatshirt. This is a mizzen and main sweatshirt, which is made to be like flexible and breathes well. It's made out of sweat wicking material. And this is not a watch. This is a Garmin tracker. So what does that tell you? It tells you that all three of those products are made for a very specific person. So if you target what you're doing around a very specific person, it doesn't have to be wildly different than everybody else. It can just serve a very specific person in a very unique way, and you can have a multi-million-dollar business. In this case of Paolo, which you're gonna see here in just a second, Paolo and I came up with a hook for his brand that was an 8-figure hook. By him nailing the problem and the person that he's targeting, his brand that felt stuck and in his head very clearly became an 8-figure business. So as you're watching this, think to yourself, am I just that little tweak away from $1 million business or a $10 million business? I felt so stuck for so long. I thought it was so far away, but is there a chance that I could just be like one little music away from having a business that is really special that I want to build for the next few years? Think about that as you watch this clip with Paolo.
I was really excited about building a brand for people who like to go out to create, because for a higher clarity, creativity, and productivity. It turns out that with my existing customer base, this doesn't really resonate that much. Like, I tried in different ways. I sent emails and I run Facebook ads. So I came to the conclusion that that's not the angle that will resonate with them. So I'm taking a few steps back, and it will be more a brand for probably professionals on the move. I've been interviewing a lot of my existing customers, and they have an active lifestyle. They like to go out any chance they have, and it could be within their everyday life, but it can be also, an adventure that they set up. Okay, so this is where I got so far. Question: this is shaping, at least in my head, much more like of a lifestyle brand than of a functional brand that solves and fixes a specific problem. My question is, how do I present this problem? I'm talking with these people, so I know some problems that they have, but how do I present this problem that is core to the brand that I'm trying to build in a way that represents a lifestyle? Like, these people should be represented by a brand like this.
Then the problem is that this group of people is not being represented. Okay, so who is the customer that you're going after? Like, who's the audience that you're targeting?
So I'm targeting people would be 30 to 40 years old. So they are professionals. They got their things together. They have, but they designed and steered their life in a way in which they're not working locked in a cubicle 9 to 5 every day. So they have a mobile life. They kind of detached to what was the, status quo of office.
All right, I got you, Paul. I'm gonna cut you off because here's your angle.
Okay.
Problem and opportunity. Approximately 6 billion people just went remote. Problem. All of them are experiencing jarring transitions from the old way of work to the new way of work. That's where we come in. We make it possible for the new remote worker to take their work everywhere and transition into the new economy. Done.
I love it.
That's your $1 million angle. Like,
Okay.
so the problem there is not what any one specific person is having. The problem there is that there is a trend in the marketplace that is hitting resistance points that your brand perfectly comes in and solves. That's your role in the marketplace.
And I would
And
love
that's
my
a
brand
trend
to-
that you can sell all day long to investors, advisors, influencers, and customers.
I love
That's an 8-figure angle. That is 100% an 8-figure angle.
Okay.
And you need, and like, you've got to own that, because otherwise you could very quickly be a product company that just sells a few things here and there. But if you own the fact that there's 6 billion people who are now making the transition to remote work, and your job is to usher that in and make it as seamless as possible, you can lead the marketplace on that.
Hearing you talking about it, I would love my brand to be the one that accelerates this process for this transition.
Beautiful.
And do it.
It's a
Then do
calling.
it.
I did it for my life. I had a cubicle life 6 years ago in Italy, and it took like a life change to be here in California now, do my things. Now pandemic made it easier to have this life change, and we can help them.
That's great. Good work, Paolo.
Thank you.
Do it.
Run with that, man. Your job as a business owner is to serve as the part of the customer's life where you're making it easier to make a transition into something. Most entrepreneurs don't know what journey their customer is taking. What's the transition they're trying to make? And with Paolo, we found that transition point. We found that it's billions of people who are going through this major transition of working in an office to working mobile. It's a big transition. And Paolo gets to slot his product into helping that person make that transition. So if you've been sitting on an idea for a while, if you've been thinking about something for a while and it hasn't come to pass yet, I'd invite you to come back to, all right, who am I speaking to? And where are they in the overall life cycle of how they're gonna experience my brand? How do I show up as the mentor for this person? How do I show up to help this person make whatever transition they're trying to make in their life? And when you know that, you've got a clear 7 or an 8-figure business. If you're watching this video and you have no idea what your brand is or what your business is, I can help. I wrote a book, it's called 12 Months to 1 Million. You can download the Cliff Notes for free. It's gonna help you identify what your best opportunities are, who your target customer is, what products you're gonna sell to them, and start to cast the roadmap for $1 million business. If you want that, it's free. Go over to capitalism.com/12. It's the Cliff Notes to my book. If you like the Cliff Notes, you might buy the book later. Don't worry about it. Just go get the notes for free and get some ideas flowing. Because once you get some ideas flowing, it's really easy for somebody like me to hop on a call with you, just like I did with Paolo, and help you make the transition from not an entrepreneur to a successful entrepreneur. That's my job as a brand owner. And the first step is getting really clear on what your ideas and what your product line is going to be. So go over to capitalism.com/12 and I'll send you the Cliff Notes for free, and it'll help you get clear on the first stage of your vision. Thanks so much for watching. If you found value in this, let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. I really do read every single one. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.